XXX. Now, I used to watch this movie when I was a kid, so I really don't know much about it. So when I was going into the movie theater, I was like, shit. I hope this is one of those movies where I don't really need to know the backstory to watch. So to give you a little bit about the plot, Xander Cage comes out of retirement in order to help or assist the government in searching for something. Along the way, he picks up a couple old friends. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to just let you know, this movie, I have to call it Fast and Furious Lite, like the diet version, because watching it, you feel like you get like a really good dose of that action, but what makes it a diet version is it doesn't really have that consequence or that amount of plot or like storyline depth that you get with Fast and Furious. Like, I feel like it's a really good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good movie, but it's kind of like just a good movie. So it's like something that you almost feel like you've seen before. Like watching this and watching Sleepless last week and being as though they came out weeks apart, it's kind of like, did I need to see both movies? I mean, they're very different in what they're going for, but it's like this is just like, if you could buy an action movie, this is like, if you could just buy a script for an action movie, this is what you would buy. Like, it was like, this would be like the basis to it. Like, it's like a Build-A-Bear. This is the standard bear. This is the standard action movie. So it's not a bad movie. It's a good movie. But at the same time, the movie is pretty basic. Vin Diesel always does an amazing job. Like, I've never seen him not do a good job in a movie. Like, I've never seen him not do a good job. Is that a double negative? Let's just say I've never seen him do poorly in a movie. And so then we got like Ruby Rose, and like these are really the only two notable characters that I can mention without giving anything away. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean by that, because there definitely is a surprise, and there are a couple surprises in the movies, but there's no like big twist. There are a couple things that is like, wow, but everything else is pretty much predictable. Like, you know exactly what's about to happen next. And so Ruby Rose, and I knew she was in this movie because her and Khloe Kardashian were arguing before on Twitter, and Ruby Rose was like, use your platform for something better, and she was like, who are you again? Like, you had your 5 minutes of fame, sit down. And she was like, actually, I'm about to be in a big movie, XXX, next summer. Of course, it came before summer. But, yeah. So Ruby Rose was like Harley Quinn. She had the tattoos, the colored hair, like the badass attitude. Like, by badass, I mean, like, yeah, like, like tough. The biggest difference probably was the fact that Harley Quinn has a hammer mallet thing, and Ruby Rose has guns with the aim to match. Speaking of Suicide Squad, they also did like this video game introduction of characters. Like, whenever they would introduce the new character, as he would pick up his friends along the way, and they would introduce who it was, and they would do like qualifications, and we had funny qualifications. Like, if you ever watched the show Next, when the person would step off the bus, it would kind of give their like their dating statistics or whatever, qualities, I guess. And it looked very Suicide Squad-esque, and I know this, a lot of people who've done this before, but if you see the movie, you'll see it. And it didn't really fit in, and it was kind of like something that kind of stuck out like a thumb sore or eyesore or whatever you call it. A positive. So the movie did start with action, but it just kind of made me realize, like, now in the cookie cutter movie world of action movies, all movies kind of like are starting to jump into the action. So it's still something that I appreciate, though. So I definitely appreciate it. Another positive was that the music was very cool. Like, they had music in Spanish and then like all other types of music, and it was all very dope. Like, all the music was very dope. So, am I gonna say this is a darn press play moment? If you can, I would say press play from home. Like, maybe wait to stream this movie. buy it on iTunes or wait until it comes into like Redbox or something like that. It's definitely a good movie, but it isn't something that if you aren't a movie goer that you would be like, you know, pressed to see. So I'm not gonna say this is necessarily a Don Press Play moment.
What the fuck?
There's no pressing need for you to go. Even though there were a few messages that I liked in the movie, and I can give one away without giving away the movie. One character, she said, what she says, you know, I changed my mind. I decided that I wanted to help create the world to be a better place. And she said, I want to help the world be a better place. I want to create. I don't want to destroy anymore. And so I thought that was a really, you know, dope message. And we're living in such an ugly period. I mean, there are a lot of things to look forward to and be happy about, but there are also a lot of things that we have to be wary about. And because of that, you know, that message kind of made me personally feel like, let me be the change in the, you know, let me, you know, start to change myself to be the change in the world. And I know you're thinking like, what the fuck? But just know, the movie's, it's okay. And so I think I've said enough. As I asked you before in my previous video, please subscribe. My channel is, this channel is fairly new. So you can follow me on my social media. If you have any questions, you can always tweet me at Curtis Don Deano. And make sure you subscribe and just check out some of my other videos. Alright.